Hi, my name is Sydney and welcome to my brand new Bookish YouTube channel. I've been part of the online bookish sphere on TikTok and Instagram for quite a while now, but I haven't really been consistent with it because I travel quite a lot. While I'm on my travels, I am always looking for bookish things to do, bookish things to see, bookstores to visit, books to buy, little free libraries, independent bookstores, chain bookstores, bookish events, literally anything you can think of, I try to visit it on my travels. So while I have been traveling the world for quite a few years now, I just got an apartment last year and it was kind of small, so it didn't really fit what I was looking for. And this week I actually moved into a bigger apartment to fit more bookshelves and just a nice bigger space. So I figured this was the perfect time for me to launch both this YouTube channel and to get more consistent with both my TikTok and my Instagram. So a lot of the content I've already been posting on both those platforms have been a lot of the bookstores and little free library huntings that I've gone over all over the world. I really love posting about them, as well as last year I did a full physical TBR challenge in which I tried to read all the books that I have on my physical TBR. Spoiler alert, it is quite a lot. I own over 800 books at this point, and right now, this week, like last night, is the first time that all of my books have been together in years since I started traveling. So I just spent the last few days moving into my apartment and building these bookshelves, and today I'm so excited to finally set them up. And I figured my very first video on this YouTube channel can be me setting up my new bookshelves. It'll be a really nice introduction into the types of books that I read and where I get them from and what they look like, as well as the setup to the future backdrop of, I'm sure, many BookTube videos. I put the video of me building the bookshelves up on my TikTok. I didn't think it was necessary in this video as well, but here we will be going much into a deeper dive into the genres that we're gonna do and how the book setup is gonna go. So all of my books are already on the floor behind me, and I have set up many little post-it notes of all of these genres that I'm hoping for. I have too many categories for the amount of bookshelves I have, and I know that all my bookshelves are not gonna fit on these shelves. So as I'm going through, I am first going to sort them into these genres that I have, or shelves, and then as I'm going through, I'm going to decide whether I really want to keep this book, if it's going to go onto my immediate TBR, if I want to see if I want to keep it or not, what I'm most excited for. So this sorting is going to have a lot of elements to it. So here are the genres / shelves that we're going with. Illumicrate, Sprayed Edges, Percy Jackson, Mythology retellings, Mythology, Fairy Tales, Pride and Prejudice and Old Fancy Books, Regency Romance, Julia Quinn, Julia London, Lynn Curland, Gina Showalter and Sabrina Jeffries, Tolkien, Fantasy Standalone, Fantasy Series, maybe Fantasy YA, Sarah J Maas, Harry Potter, Peter Pan, Graceling, Dystopian, Sherlock Holmes, Classics, Barnes & Noble soft covers, travel guides, travel memoirs, contemporary romance, contemporary YA, fiction, mystery and thriller, nonfiction, memoir and biography, poetry, writing, and cookbooks. These are what I'm going to sort a bunch of piles into. I just know for a fact that I'm not going to be able to fit all of these on the shelf, so we'll see what happens. Let's do it.
Skies of a different light, white noise that keeps me up at night. I can't help but think back to you. I wish that I could find a face that I would recognize. I replay the memory of you. It's been hard, you know I wanted to stay, caught us off guard, but there was no other way. Did you wait? 'Cause I've been counting the days, and I'm calling up to say I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you. And I know that it's time home with you, but I'm coming home. Hold on to my embrace this time, I promise it won't break. I'm hoping that things haven't changed. Life took us far apart, but it never took away my heart. Have you been holding it safe? 'Cause it's been hard, you know I wanted to stay.
Okay, I'm unfortunately not done. I was able to go through all of the books that I own, and now that I'm looking, I see more books over there, but that's okay, I'll get those in a second. I went through all the books, I unloaded all the boxes. I was able to sort through most of them, but unfortunately there's this giant pile of books right in the center of the floor, because these are just all of my fantasy romances, YA fantasy. I don't know if they're standalones or if they're part of series, I just don't remember. And then there's a lot of books that are in the bottom of these piles, like their like little sticky notes hadn't been pulled out yet. So now I have to go through this entire bottom pile and resort again. And this is not what the bookshelves are gonna look like. I just wanted to see like which ones needed more shelves or not and where I want them to go. So I still have a lot more work to do. Okay, under the tripod, I have Peter Pan Graceling series. These are all my Harry Potter books. Down here, I have all my Sherlock Holmes books, some classics. This is the gigantic pile of unknown that I still need to go through. I ended up needing a whole photography pile. That wasn't part of the plan. Travel memoirs, travel guides. These are all cookbooks, SJM. I obviously need more than one shelf for fiction. Here's writing, poetry, and mystery and thriller, nonfiction. Here are all the Regency romances. Clearly I'm gonna need more shelves for those. Tolkien, I ended up starting is Cassandra Clare. There's the dystopian, contemporary, YA. I'm going to need more shelves for contemporary romance. Pride and Prejudice, I'm going to need more shelves for fairy tales, mythology, definitely more Rick Riordan shelves, and mythology retellings. So that's how we're doing so far. Onward.
Caught us off guard, but there was no other way. Did you wait? 'Cause I've been counting the days, and I'm calling up to say.
Okay, I made some of my best guesses, but now I'm going to have to go into Goodreads and look into like what age they're for and if they're a series or not. So this is gonna take a minute.
I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you. And I know that it's hard with you, but I'm coming home.
Okay, my body hurts. I finished going through all of them and I put them into piles of YA versus fantasy versus fiction versus standalone versus series. And now my body hurts. I need a snack and water. Taking a break. Okay, I needed that break and now it is time to figure out where I want to put them on the shelves. This is probably going to be a lot of rearranging.
I'm coming home. We'll stay up till morning and head out exploring. Make up for months that we've missed. 'Cause the cold air is calling and my head's recalling the moment that I was convinced.
My battery died, so you missed a little bit, but I managed to put most of my books on the shelves. There are still quite a few on the floor over here. And there are series that I wish had their own shelves. There are series that I wish had two shelves, like Percy Jackson. I ended up having to smush it into one. So now I think I'm gonna have to go through and try to take out as many books as possible to give away. There are some books in here that I'm like, I even forgot I had you. So I think I need to go through and start picking out books for little free libraries and to donate. So that hopefully I will be able to fit the rest of my books onto the shelves.
Stay up till morning and head out exploring. Make up for months that we've missed. 'Cause your lips are calling and my heart's recalling the way I could never resist. It's been so hard, but no, I wanted to stay. Caught us off guard, but there was no other way. Did you wait? 'Cause I've been counting the days.
Okay, this could be a lot worse. I don't have too many books on the ground right now, more than I would prefer, especially because I have a bunch of decor that I wanted to add to my bookshelves, but I think I can work with this. So now the next step is getting these books out of my room, the ones that I'm donating, and then I'm going to go back through all of the genre areas and I'm going to alphabetize.
And I'm calling up to say I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you. And I know that it's hard with you, but
Okay, for some reason I thought it'd be a good idea to take all my YA out and then alphabetize all of the fantasy books I have, but then all the fantasy books took up all of my bookshelves and I still had some extra, so I had to pull a few out for me to read immediately, and now all of my YA is on the floor, both my contemporary YA and my fantasy YA. So for now, I guess I'm just gonna live on my floor. I don't know, I'm tired. Let me show you what I got. I think this is where we're gonna end it for today. So over on this side, closest to my desk, I have the Regency romance authors I track, which includes Julia Quinn, Julia London, Sabrina Jeffries, Lynn Kurland, Gina Showalter. I think that's it for now. And then go down a little bit, and this is going to be all of my writing books, my poetry, my nonfiction, memoirs, and then crime. I don't read it too often. And then I have my travel memoirs bleeding into my travel guides down there, and then all my cookbooks. And then going back up to the top up here, here's all the other Regency romance books I have at the moment. I do really love Regency romance. And then that bleeds into my fiction. So this is not fantasy, but it is fiction. And that goes down through here, going into my SJM little area, and then my Harry Potter area. I wish I had 2 shelves for it, but not right now, not the way it is. And then these top 2 shelves are my contemporary romance, all my favorite authors, and it has a little bit of my Pride and Prejudice and some Shakespeare, the ones that I ended up keeping. And then this is not really how I want this to look right now, but that's okay. This is all my Tolkien stuff and my Illumicrate books. That goes into my mythology retellings, and then a little bit of extra little cute books down there. And then you can't really see because it's blocked, but this is all of my mythology books, because they are very heavy, so I wanted them on the bottom. And then also on the bottom are all my fairy tale books. And then all of my Percy Jackson books are up top. I wanted Graceling to have its own shelf, but that's just not going to happen right now. So then the rest of this, starting there, going all the way down, are all of my fantasy books in order of author last name. So that's all of that. And then these are the fantasy books that I pulled out that I want to read first, to hopefully get them off my shelves. These are my Sherlock Holmes books that I'm keeping. These are all of my fantasy YA, my photography books. Here are all the dystopian books, including Maze Runner and Hunger Games and whatnot. These are my contemporary YA books, and then here are the rest of my YA fantasy books. So there's quite a lot. That's an entire Cassandra Clare pile. And also here's some of the bookshelf decor that I wanted to put on there, but that's just not gonna happen today. I'm honestly pretty happy with how this turned out. I really wish I could have put some decor up and gotten books off the floor, but that's okay. I have a lot of books, over 800 at this point. So I really need to keep going through them and trying to get rid of as many books as I can. I've got a lot of reading to do. Okay, it's a new day and I decided I'm just going to put all the decor I have up on the bookshelves. It's not really going to look how I want it to, but I'm just tired of having it in piles around my room. And the piles of books on the floor are just going to stay there for now. I'll get through them eventually. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do for now. This obviously is not how I want it to actually look. I really wanted like the bookends to be inside where the books are and things like that. There are some more things that I had planned to go on the bookshelves, but honestly I don't trust them to be on there. They're kind of heavy and I don't want them to fall down. So I think this is where I'm going to leave it for now. I am going to hopefully make it look better over time as I get books off my shelves and things just start to come together a little bit better. But for now, let me show you what I have. Okay, we're gonna ignore all the books and stuff on the ground and instead going to start our way up at the top, starting with this Peter Pan painting that my best friend made for me back in high school. And then up top I have little string lights that I should turn on, hold on. There we go, that's much better. It goes across all the bookshelves up top. I love it, especially at night. All right, up on this top one, I have my Enemies to Lovers graphic art that I got off of Etsy. Love that thing. Then I have Pride and Prejudice Chapter 1. little Jane Austen quote right there. Pride and Prejudice chapter 34, if you know, you know. And then 2 things from Illumicrate, so that's what's up top of the shelves right now. And then again, here is my Regency Romance little corner. I have these cute little post-it notes. I love them so much. It says the Vixen, the Gentleman, the Innocent, and the Rake. Oh, I think they're so cute. And then I have a etched glass that I got in Budapest. Hello, focus. So there we go. It is absolutely stunning, and it makes me think of nice wintry nights reading romances. Then I also have this Illumicrate cup with some tulips that I got from Amsterdam. And going down shelves, these are 2 bookends that I think are just so pretty, and I would love to put them as actual bookends, like instead of just like shelf ends, but that'll be a minute. This is from Illumicrate. I love it so much, Mythical Sea Creatures, and it holds all of my tabs. Over with my fiction section. Down here, I have my travel section, a little globe, and a Copenhagen little tin. And down here, I need to make this better because I have a lot of Harry Potter little decor, like a little post-it note, not post-it note, greeting card that I got. This little ball that I need to make from Target. And then I have 2 time turners and a Felix Felicis that I need to figure out a way to display these, especially once all these books are gone off the floor. And then moving over to the romance section, the contemporary romance, this is where I have my Pride and Prejudices. So of course this is where my 2 favorite little Etsy prints are gonna sit for now. I love them. I got these candles at Aldi and I love them so much, but I want a little candle holder for them so they're not just like sitting bare on the shelf like that. And then moving down, I have this Greek teapot that I absolutely love from Illumicrate. It is Mount Olympus on one side and the underworld on the other. I love it to death. I think it's so pretty. These colors go a little bit better with my room, so it stays like that. And this is a earth sign bookmark that I have just lying there. And then another Illumicrate tin with Greek myths. Hello, focus. Greek myths. I love it. It holds all of my bookmarks, and it of course is going with all of my Greek retellings shelf. And then moving over into my fantasy section, this is An Invisible Life of Addie LaRue TBR jar from Illumicrate, and it's of course in front of my V.E. Schwab's, and with more tulips from Amsterdam, and of course a little dragon for my tulips. And then this is a mask that my aunt bought me at a Ren fair that I went to in Colorado because I'm going to be wearing it at the Once Upon a Con fall masquerade called Fall into Fantasy next August. I am so excited for it. And then moving up, I have more things from Ren fairs. So this is a leather satchel that I got at the Virginia Ren Fair this year with 2 little leather dragons. I think they're the cutest things, and I wear them to my Ren Fair. And I got this little guy also at that Ren Fair. It's so pretty. It sits on your head really nice. And then these things I got from the Neverland Ball in New York City last October with Second Star Events. And it is just a really pretty little mirror, little treasure chest, and then these little fairies turn around like that. I think it's so magical. And then still in the fantasy, this is just all stuff from Illumicrate, a little Fourth Wing mug. My current Fourth Wings are way down there, so I thought this was a little bit of a nicer placement for it. I absolutely love this Sea Creatures mug that Illumicrate had. This was my favorite box ever from them. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And then a little trident and pin. And then up here on my Percy Jackson shelf at Barnes & Noble, I got these Percy Jackson Post-its, and I think they are just the cutest little things. I'm such a Percy Jackson fan, but I need more decor for Percy Jackson area. More Illumicrate, pin, little box holding a bunch of my stickers for now until I figure out something else to do with them. Little pin. These are Eclipse glasses. Whoa! This is just a really nice Capricorn card I got from the coolest shop in York, England one time. And then moving down, this is also from the Neverland Ball. It is, of course, the pirate coin from Pirates of the Caribbean. Another pin from Illumicrate, and this I got from a Ren fair a very, very, very long time ago, like when I was a kid, and I kept it all these years, and finally I am back into the world of Ren fairs and into fairies and magic, and I'm just so happy I kept it all this time. And then a book sleeve. All right, well that's where I'm gonna leave it for now. Obviously, as I read books, I take them off the shelves. As I get new books to put on the shelves, I will be moving things around, but For now, this is what it's going to look like. I'm hoping I can make it look even better as time goes on, but these are my new bookshelves. I'm so excited for them. I feel finally like I'm at home in this new apartment, and I just have so many things to look forward to here.